the assistant city solicitor interjects. "I support the motion for a short recess. Mr. Kirk's neighbor, Ann Hoover, is also not here. She is a key witness for the city." Judge Moreno purses her lips, thinking, it's highly unusual for neither the defendant nor the key witness to show up. "Aren't these two next-door neighbors?" she says. A woman in the second row of the gallery stands up and catches the judge's attention. "Your Honor, if I may," the woman says. "I live in the neighborhood. We went by Ann's home on the way to the courthouse this morning. We'd made arrangements to all come together." She gestures to a man seated next to her, another neighbor apparently, who nods his head in agreement. Both the man and the woman look concerned. "There was no answer at her door," the woman continues. "I'm worried about her. I think something might have happened." Judge Moreno thanks her and asks her to be seated. All eyes in the courtroom stare back at her. "Bailiff," she says, turning to her longtime court official, "contact the Pittsburgh police and ask them to send someone to check on the whereabouts of Ann Hoover and Roy Kirk." "Yes, Your Honor." Judge Moreno turns back to the courtroom. "Let's get to the bottom of this," she says. "Attorneys, please contact me in my chambers if you hear from either Mr. Kirk or Ms. Hoover. We'll be in recess until we hear something." With that, she smacks her gavel down on its block, and the bailiff once again says, "All rise." Judge Moreno walks back to her chambers with a sinking feeling. She can't explain it, but she feels certain the courtroom will not be called back to order today. Chapter 2. 10 months earlier. As Ann Hoover's fingers dance over the keys of her Steinway piano, the notes of Chopin's Piano Sonata No. 2 float through her home. The hardwood floors and decorative brick walls make for good acoustics, one of the many things she loves about her house, where she's lived for the past decade. She takes a break from playing, plucking her half-full wine glass off the smooth surface of the piano, and walks down the hall to the front of the house, then steps out on the porch to enjoy the summer sunset. The humidity of the day seems to be breaking, and the temperature isn't quite as suffocating as it's been. The warm glow of dusk fills the neighborhood. Anne watches a teenage girl walking a dog, a man pedaling by on a bicycle, and a couple taking a stroll together, sharing an ice cream cone they bought down the street. Anne loves this neighborhood. The houses are affordable because most of them need some work. That was the case with hers. After she bought it, she had to put some serious effort into repairing it. As a capable single woman in her mid-30s at the time, she did a little bit of the work herself, patching drywall, painting, even installing tile in the bathroom. But mainly she relied on friends or hired contractors to do the work. She learned a lot about what it takes to restore and maintain a house like this. It wasn't easy, but she loves the results. The house is 2 stories tall, with additional space in the basement, and she's renovated and decorated it to be exactly the way she wants it. There's only one thing she doesn't like about the house. It's also the only thing she doesn't like about the neighborhood. The house next door. Anne's home is a row house, meaning it's half of a single building. When she purchased her property, it didn't look much different than the one next door. But there haven't been any buyers interested in the other side, which has continued to fall into disrepair. The for sale sign sitting out front is hardly visible from all the weeds growing in front of it. The house itself looks unappealing. Paint is flaking off all the exterior siding. The roof is full of bald spots where shingles have blown off in windstorms. The wooden supports holding the porch are rotten. Bricks have come loose from the foundation. Just standing next to the place is spoiling her mood. She takes her glass and heads back inside. She debates whether to crack open a new bottle and decides to indulge herself. She heads to the basement, where she keeps a small wine cabinet. The wooden steps creak underfoot as she descends, and the temperature drops 10 degrees, like she's walking into a cave. The basement is dark, with cobwebs hiding in the exposed floor joists above her. She hurries across the concrete floor to the cabinet, which abuts the brick foundation wall her home shares with the neighboring property. She plucks out a bottle of Cabernet and heads back upstairs.